Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger sticks, what are you waiting for? U.S. Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Visit usmed.com/radio today. That's usmed.com/radio today and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Well, I would not have thought this possible, but there may actually be a Christmas song that I hate worse than Dominic the Donkey.
What?
Ooh. I know, this is...
Nice.
I know, and believe me, I hate this song. By the way, I hate that version of the song, too.
Aww.
And spoiler alert, I hate this version, too. Yeah, and of course the OG.
That's right.
There's no reason for me to like it even more.
None of them.
I really don't.
But
is it the worst one for me? I don't know. There's a pet food company in England that just created the first Christmas song made just for dogs. And yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to hate this. I just hate the whole concept, the whole idea.
Dude, there's no chance you're going to like this.
I don't even understand why somebody would put the scientific research in this. And they did. They actually said they did scientific research.
Well, you like science.
Yeah, I do.
You like reading things about scientific research?
Yeah, they had dog focus groups, which just
Wait
makes...
a second, that exists?
Yeah, they had dog focus groups.
Wait, so are the dogs in the dog's focus group, or is it like a human that loves dogs in the dog focus group?
Well, since, of course, I wasn't there and have zero interest in this, I really can't answer this for you, my friend. I'm sorry. Yeah, but they did all of this, the scientific research, the dog focus groups. I'm assuming it was dogs because they wanted to see how they'd respond. So when they say dog focus groups, I'm assuming that there were dogs in this.
And Lulu never got asked.
Yeah,
Aww.
you know, Lulu bites people. I think that's why
But she's a social media influencer.
Oh, well, that's a good point. So they have, this is a song that is scientifically and specifically made to appeal just to dogs. And, okay, the name, all right, I'll give you credit, a cute name, Raise the Woof. You know,
I like that.
Instead of raise the roof, raise the woof. You know,
Yeah.
You're not a fan of that.
No, I like that. I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't know, man. How do you top Who Let the Dogs Out as far as great dog songs?
It's a good point. It does use a reggae beat, so that's probably the only thing going for it because I do like reggae.
Nice.
It does use the sound of bells, squeaky toys, and owner's instructions to elicit a response from the dogs.
Huh?
And apparently,
So it's like the Macarena or like the electric slide where it tells you what to do in the song?
This is a good question. They use the combo of all that, and apparently the dog focus groups gave it a big paws up.
Sit. Sit.
Oh, good girl.
Who's this? Who's this? Would you like to go on walkies?
Not sure.
Oh, really? What are you talking about?
I'm torn. It's a roller coaster of emotions. I hate it and love it.
Danny's loving it, so I hate it even more. Because Danny's got a big smile on his face. He loves it. Vicky's not even paying attention.
This is the best thing ever.
Because Vicky is like me. She's not a dog person. It's at least one thing we can agree on.
I mean, it's fun. Oh, Lulu's listening.
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Clearly, you can hear it in her voice. She thinks it's the 2020 jam.
She's saying Merry Christmas all day long.
Yeah. She's saying, whatever she's saying.
It sounded like it was supposed to be for some like kinky role play thing, and I was really not feeling it.
Wow.
I'd rather listen to that than Jeezy versus Gucci Mane on Versus. That was a big deal yesterday.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
There was a giant diss track thing that happened yesterday. Everybody was talking about on the Twitter.
Who's Gucci Man? Is that
I don't know if it's Gucci Man or Gucci Mane.
I think it's Gucci Mane.
Oh, it's Gucci Mane.
He's got an E at the end of it there.
Yeah, there's an E at it. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
They had a big hip-hop battle.
Oh, it's not
for something called Versus.
Oh, okay. What's Versus? Is that a network? Is that a song system?
You're asking the wrong guy. It's Versus with a Z. Z-U-Z.
Versus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that I don't know about a thing. And did they have a dog focus group for this battle? Is all I want to know.
They might need one.
Okay.
I'm not sure, though.
Is that so that's a thing that nobody even knows about, but it was obviously trending somewhere?
Everybody knows about
except us.
Yes.
Oh, really? This is a big deal.
Huge deal yesterday.
And Jesus is it Jeepus? What's his name?
Jeezy.
Oh, Jeezy.
And at some point, Gucci Mane bragged about killing Jeezy's friend on the live stream.
Oh, so these guys are country artists.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Versus is a virtual DJ battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a webcast series that they do out there. So basically because of COVID, they've been doing these virtual DJ battles.
Oh, well, DJ battles. Now DJ battles aren't like rap battles, right? Or are they?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
This is all I know about it.
Well, I tell you right now, we got a lot of cred.
We're a bunch of old people trying to talk about this.
Well, Danny should know something.
The dog song is starting to sound a little bit better now, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry there.
Yeah, here's the headline I see. In the middle of the Versus battle, Gucci bragged about killing Jeezy's friend Pookie Lock, which led to Jeezy to stop the battle for a minute so that he could give a speech about how they were there for the culture and not to beef.
Oh, okay. What about Pootie? Is Pootie involved in this?
No, Pookie, unfortunately, is no longer with us. I was too busy watching the Seahawks game, so I missed all this. So I'm sorry for my ignorance on the Gucci Mane Jeezy Versus battle.
Yeah. Well, somebody cared.
A lot of people. It was all over the internet.
All over the internet. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they got 4.7 million followers on the old Instagram.
All right. Well, that's successful.
Damn.
Good for them. Okay.
Good for them.
Who won the battle? Was it Gucci?
It sounds like Gucci Mane might have won it.
Gucci Mane won it.
I think the Seahawks.
Not Gucci Mane.
What about Young Jeezy? Is he involved? Who's he? Is it Young Heezy? Who is it?
No, I think it's just Jeezy.
Just Jeezy?
I don't know if there's a Young there anymore.
Well,
or if that was somebody else entirely.
Yeah. Is Jeezy no longer young? Is he is it like little Bow Wow who's Bow Wow and then just Bow? Or is he Wow? I don't know. Is he even around? What did Bow Wow have to say? Did Bow Wow doing anything?
He was on that song that we just listened to.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Yeah. Raise the woof with little Bow Wow.
Somebody said my dog's in the car with me. She didn't seem to care for it.
Aw. Oh, there you go. Well, see, that's a focus group of one. That's all that matters.
I would have been much more happy if they just left the dog command out of it. I think it should have just been the dog singing on the song.
I don't think the dog's focus group would have been so successful. I feel like if you throw commands in there, supposedly the dogs, I know what that is. I don't know if the dogs care about music or not. You know what I mean? The whole idea is like, what made them think a dog would want a song?
Is it for them or is it for us? That's the thing.
Well, they made it sound like it's a Christmas song just for dogs. It says made just for dogs.
That's a good point.
You know, I'm assuming it's not supposed to be for us, but really it always is, right? Everything involving all this.
Well, I'll play Raise the Wolf for Lulu this Christmas season and see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, the whole world of pets definitely has changed. Since I was a kid. I'll just say that. What the world of pets has become is definitely different. So why not have a song at this point for dogs? And let's have like dog discos or whatever. What do you call them?
Where's my cat song, man?
That's a good question.
I'm going to have to look this up and see if there's anything.
Please tell me there's no cat songs now.
Oh, well, there's a shark song, right? The baby shark, that's a song.
But it's not specifically for...
Well, we never had a shark focus
right?
group. We don't know if they like it. We need to get scientists and sharks on Shark Week to have a shark focus group to see if Baby Shark is their favorite song.
I mean, I don't think we need to get ridiculous. I think a shark, the only song that they care about is this one.
Oh, well,
that's just the most badass shark song of all time.
It's the OG, though.
Right.
I feel like, that was from the 70s. Don't you think the Sharks have a bigger hit, a new hit?
Why would you even mess with it? I mean, it strikes fear into everybody's hearts.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger. Unless Sharks
Gucci Mane sang over it.
Well, that's what it is. Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. All right.
Someone said it's a rap battle show, LOL.
Oh, so it's a rap battle, like what we saw back in the Dizzle. Right? It's like, with
yes, in the Dizzle.
With Eminem, right?
Yeah.
Did Eminem do the rap battle?
Yeah. And back in Eminem's Dizzle.
Yeah.
Slim Shady, I believe, rapped in that one movie.
Yeah, exactly. I know what those are.
That was the 8 Mizzle?
Yeah, it was down the 8 Mizzle.
What happened?
What happened is that 4 million people like something I have no interest in.
Yeah, Steve, you brought something up that 2 old guys have no idea about.
We don't care about. Do I care about young Gucci? I don't care about him.
Yes, you should care about young Gucci.
No, there's no young in front of Gucci.
Man.
It's Gucci Mane.
But
what about Jeezy Man?
Yeah, don't try to explain something I don't care about. I don't care about Gucci Man. Unless he's a new superhero. If he's a Marvel superhero, fine. I'll do that. Gucci Man does whatever. I like how Danny has a disgusted face at me, even though he knows nothing about Gucci Man. He's still looking at me like I'm an idiot.
I just want to listen to the dog song again.
Yeah.
Danny's a huge Gucci Man.
Is he? Oh yeah, you a big fan of Gucci Man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
Gucci Man.
Oh, dear.
Gucci Man. We didn't get a lot of sleep last night, clearly. Gucci Man. Thank you, Seahawks. Gucci Man.
Let's see if you can follow me on this one.
Gucci Man. Gucci Man. Gucci Man. Gucci.
I was going to say Jeezy.
Oh, why you do that?
I should have done that.
But it was too late.
Start over. Yeah. No! Thanks. Jeezy. Okay. Why? Well, you like the dog song better than that?
Yes.
Actually,
what?
yeah.
The Batman theme is the best. It's like Jaws. It instills fear in the heart of Gucci Man. And young Jeezy.
Just Jeezy.
You know what? He can be just whatever he wants.
Rest in peace, Pootie Lock.
Yeah, Pootie Lock.
Sure.
Okay. Hey, we got a guy that picked the wrong neighbor to steal food from. Because, well, that neighbor was a 6'3", 284-pound NFL fullback. Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Miggs report for you at 6:17.
BJ and Miggs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger pricks, what are you waiting for? US Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED-17 today. That's 1-888-US-MED-17 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
The Russian invasion.
The heroic Ukrainian resistance.
It's the biggest land war in Europe since World War II.
And the War in Ukraine Daily brings it all to you.
From Moscow to Washington.
From Kyiv to Mariupol.
The War in Ukraine Daily talks to newsmakers around the world.
And to the everyday Ukrainians whose very existence is threatened.
You hear the heartbreaking stories of those caught in the war.
But also hear about the acts of bravery as history is being made.
I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Charles Feldman, inviting you to join us.
The War in Ukraine Daily on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Miggs Report.
Microphone.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this thing on? Well, thanks, you guys. And happy National Absurdity Day.
Oh, all right.
It's also National Name Your PC Day, which seems even more absurd than National
Name
Absurdity
Your Personal
Day.
Computer Day?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Mine, I think it would just be, can you please work, you POS?
Yeah, POS.
That's what I named it earlier this morning.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to call it with the operating system I have on there. I'm going to call it Windows 95.
All right, perfect.
Yikes. Yeah.
All right, I love this story just because the person picked the wrong neighbor to steal food from. So there's a guy on the Ravens. His name is Patrick Richard, and he's a Pro Bowler. He's 6'3". He's 284 pounds. He's a big dude. He's a fullback, right? So he decided, I want to get some food from Outback Steakhouse because everybody loves the bloomin' onion. Okay. I'm not sure if that's what he got, but he used DoorDash to get his food. So while he's waiting for his food, he noticed that his neighbor is the one that had the food delivered. The DoorDash accidentally went to the neighbor's house.
Oh.
Now, you would think the neighbor would be like, I didn't order any food, and then the DoorDash guy would be able to figure out, well, who actually did order it by calling him or whatever it may be. But Richard wrote on Twitter, he's watching this go down. He goes, wow, my neighbor just straight up stole my DoorDash. Here's a picture of it sitting on the doormat. Knocked on his door for a solid 10 minutes. Finally, he comes out and we talk. I already had my dinner on his plate. So the guy just took the food.
Oh, wow.
I was like, well, screw it. This just must be a happy coincidence. That food was delivered to me for free. And then Patrick even says, I get it. Free food comes to your door. Why not? At the end of the day, just be a good person. Don't touch it. If it's not yours, it's not yours. Could you imagine there's a 6'3", 284-pound man knocking on your door?
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, what do you want, man? I'll order whatever you want. I'll get you two of everything.
Exactly.
Well, fortunately, Patrick's a pretty chill dude and didn't beat the crap out of the guy. He goes, after talking it out, we're cool. I've now officially met my neighbor. So there's that.
Oh, well, that's a happy ending.
Yeah. So he shared it all on, it's actually a happier ending comes up because he shares all that on Twitter. DoorDash and Outback Steakhouse both stepped up, and they're sending him a bunch of stuff to thank him for being so cool.
Wow.
Replacement dinner on the house. That's what DoorDash said, and who knows what Outback says. And hopefully a few bloomin' onions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go from one interesting neighbor to this guy who's in Connecticut. They're not sure if he's a neighbor or just a random stranger, but he showed up in somebody's backyard humping their tree.
What?
As the story said. He was half-dressed, spotted pumping trees in a backyard.
Well, we know that there are people into everything, so why not trees?
This is according to the police report. The person called 911 and reported an unknown man in a backyard, half-dressed, humping trees, screaming, and eating branches.
Oh, eating branches. Wow. Yeah. That's,
does he think he's a beaver?
Yeah. I mean.
Or does he think he's hanging out with a beaver?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he's eating where he blanks. That's not too cool.
Well, anyways, he was arrested. They don't say if he was high.
Oh, was he arrested?
Or if he was just hungry and horny.
Yeah.
Well, both. I don't know.
I don't know how you say that. I know what hangry is.
Horngry?
Horngry. He was horngry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad combination.
It surely is. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Seahawks. That was a good situation last night. What a game. Holy smokes. Yeah. Offense looking good. Defense looking great. Some very weird penalties that went on throughout that game. But the Seahawks ended up beating the Arizona Cardinals. So the Seahawks are on top of the NFC West now in first place with 38 seconds left in the game. The defense stepped up big sack by Dunlap, and the Seahawks won 28-21 because they were in a 4th and 10 situation right at the end of the game. But, man, it could have been better. I mean, there was a couple moments where you're just like, how did DK Metcalf not catch that? Yeah. I feel like that guy is just going to put us through the emotional ringer. Like, he's going to make some super clutch plays that are going to make you realize why he's truly one of the bright stars of when it comes to wide receivers. But then he's going to do some stuff that's just straight up boneheaded. Like, I just like, how did you think you were going to catch that pass with your helmet?
Yeah, exactly. And then of course the one where he's like, I'm going to run upfield without the ball. That one pass.
Yeah. He definitely was moving before he actually caught the ball.
So those were two plays that could have been really, something.
But then he had that one catch that should have been. I mean, they called what was it, holding on that one play?
Yeah.
And it was just like, what was he holding? It looked like the guy fell on him. Like, I didn't understand that one.
I know, and there were some bad penalties. And then there were just some where it's like, wow, hey, when you give everybody extra downs, no wonder they're going to go score touchdowns.
That was a rough one. Yeah. That one was on the Seahawks defense. That was a couple of just stupid plays.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, we could bitch about the bad stuff, but I say we celebrate the good stuff, and that's a big Seahawks victory. So they did not. Russell looked great too. No turnovers.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Very good game. 23 for 28, nearly 200 yards, a couple touchdown passes, and the running game was there. Carlos Hyde. That was nice to see.
Difference. That was nice to see Carlos Hyde back. Yeah,
absolutely.
And he's not even our main guy, but it was just so much difference having him back.
A huge difference maker. Yeah. So the defense, I think, is that everybody is talking about. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals are a very good team. Kyler Murray is an incredible quarterback, and the defense stepped up huge. A couple of big plays, especially at the end of the game. Here's Jamal Adams talking about it after the game with on Q13 Fox.
obviously we know about what everybody's saying about us, but we want to stay focused on the prize. We want to stay focused on the mission. We want to come out here and make a statement, and that's what we did. I'm having so much fun to where I'm not even worrying about what everybody's saying about me or about this team. All that doesn't matter. All that matters is just winning. And we have Philly coming up, and on Monday night, the big stage, and got to get that one. That's the focus.
That's a good time to have a Monday night game because, Jamal has been battling that shoulder injury, so it'll be nice for him to have 11 days to rest it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like almost like a bye week for the Seahawks in a sense that they were able to get a couple of the guys that have been on the cusp who will have some extra time to be able to recover. Hopefully Greg Olson's okay. That was a weird injury.
Yeah.
That could be a season-ending injury and possibly a career-ending injury because I don't think he was going to be playing for much longer after this season. So
you're right.
I'm sure we'll have more information about that. But Carlos Dunlap definitely is the guy that everybody's talking about. Huge sack on the 4th and 10. That was just awesome. And I love, though, he was being interviewed by Ian Furness on Q13 Fox after the game. And, afterwards he did his press conference, cool, calm, and collected. But during this chat, you can tell he's still riding high on the fact that the team won, and they won because of a big play by him. Plus, there's a weird delay. You could hear it in his headphones. So it almost sounds like he's slurring his words. I know he isn't, but, it's like one of those things where it's like you could tell he's just being distracted by himself. But I just love the energy that Carlos has during this chat.
I'm just going to put an emphasis on the rush. When you give your dogs the opportunity to eat, we're going to eat. So we were already talking on the sideline as a defense that it was going to be on us to close it down. And I just seen that look and Jay Reed eyes, Puna's eyes, LJ, and I still gotta get the names. 95. I'm gonna have a brain fart. This is first week back.
You're talking about Benson Mayo, who I'm sure he won't forget it. Hey, props to him for knowing everybody's name. He's only been on the team for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
there's a lot of players,
and that's distracting. Hearing your voice in delay in your headphones, that is a beating.
It's the worst. And there's been instances where we've played audio from people before. We're like, I think that guy's drunk, and then the person's clearly not drunk. It's just he has some weird delay, so he's almost tracing his own words.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to think about what you're going to say when you're hearing what you've already just said, like maybe a couple seconds after. It's
very distracting.
It's very much. And people try to sing the national anthem that way, and it messes them up.
Yeah, a lot of times you see them you'll see sometimes singers they'll pull out the in-ear monitor because it's screwing them up. And the reason why a lot of times they're doing that is they're just like, this is too distracting.
Yeah.
I got to get this out of my ear. But I do love that he can remember. Number 95, he just came back. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, anyway, Seahawks, like we said, they're going to be playing the Philadelphia. Great stretch for the Seahawks coming up. I mean, every team sucks.
That's it. Pretty much that's what Troy and Joe Buck were saying last night.
Right. I mean, you got the Eagles, the Jets, the Giants, and the Washington football team.
Yeah. Woo!
Should be able to win those.
We should be able to win those, and then the final two, of course, are going to be the Rams and the Niners.
Huge games, but it's nice to see. And now we got to hope that Tom Brady plays well against the Rams because that's a Monday Night Football game. Buccaneers versus the Rams.
Well, it's a big game for the Bucs because if they also are trying to make moves in their own division. The Saints have been giving them fits, and so this will be a big game. This is a test for both teams.
I love how some people are giving on I don't know if you paid attention to social media. Some people were freaking out because Tyler Lockett, after he scored his touchdown, he fist bumped the official. They're like, it's fixed. The game's fixed. I'm like, there's nothing fixed about that catch. Like, I don't know what you guys are seeing, but it's just silly how sometimes people jump to conclusions. I think Tyler Lockett just likes everybody. Honestly, I think he'll high-five the other team if they'll let him.
Yeah, exactly. And he's supposed to elbow somebody. That's the other thing I was pissed off about.
Oh.
Come on, it's social distancing. You're supposed to elbow the official. Come on.
Or you just get a guy on the other team to try and punch you like DK Metcalf did, which was huge.
Dude, that was I don't know what DK said, but keep it up.
Yeah, for taunting.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with any of that, but I'm not going to get in the face of DK Metcalf.
He got the better of it because he didn't get in trouble.
He flexed in front of the officials, and they got scared, so they said we're not going to give him.
Yeah, I mean, he even got to the point.
Is that how that works?
It does with DK Metcalf. Have you seen him shirtless?
Yes, I have. Shirtless man. That was a huge play.
Yes.
That was a huge play because the Seahawks were fourth and whatever, and then whatever DK did to instigate basically what looked like what was only seen by the officials as a Cardinals infraction. What a great move. I mean, this is where, Richard Sherman says you got to play the mental tough game, which means if you can't stand taunting from other players, they're going to get you every time because they never see the original guy. They only see the one that did the punch throwing, which was the dude in the Cardinals.
And there was a great clip of one of his teammates from the dude on the Cardinals, like just in his face being like, you got to keep your head on straight.
Yeah.
And that's a learning thing for, I think, a lot of young players sometimes.
That was, I was very, very excited because, I mean, we did everything we were supposed to do in that game. We did
most importantly, win.
Yeah.
Let's go Hawks.
Yeah. That was the big play.
As far as weather, 50 degrees, it's going to be cloudy today, and that's the big report, and that's what's up.
And look, you hate to see anybody get injured, but at the same time, when you're a defense that's up against the quarterback of Kyler Murray's abilities, you know what? Slamming him around is not a bad thing to do, and I know that had an effect on the game because he was hurt.
Yes, he was. His shoulder was bothering on his throwing arm, and you could tell some of those passes that he was throwing weren't very precise. He still played well.
There were some wobbles, too, for some of his throws. And I don't know if he was coming in with a pre-existing, which, of course, if they did their scouting, then they were really smart by just basically going, let's just keep going at him because he's not well. Or if it happened because of the aggressive tackling. Either way, that's what you have to do when your defense ain't good against a guy like him.
Yeah, dude, it was such a fun game. Of course, though, it goes right to the end. And of course
it does.
There's zero chance of sleep after that one.
Yeah.
Especially in Puyallup, where all of a sudden it became the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
They're still doing that, huh?
Tacoma, too, man.
Dude, the people in my neighborhood somewhere, I don't know where they are, but they do it even when the Seahawks lost. Like, they did it on Sunday.
You moved, and you still have this problem.
You barely have a neighborhood.
Well, I mean, there's still houses near me. It's not like as if I live, like, in, like, the boonies. Like, I mean...
So this is a group thing. Like, your old neighborhood, you had this issue, and the new neighborhood, you had this issue.
I live, like, literally 4 minutes from my old house. Fireworks are pretty loud.
Oh, okay. It's only 4 minutes away.
Yeah, so it's not like as if I disappeared into some weird patch from Lost.
So you think it's the same people?
I don't know, but last night they went balls out, man. There were some loud ass fireworks. I'm not saying, look, hey, I was in a good mood, so I didn't care. I was like, yeah. But,
well, if you're trying to
keeps you awake.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to go to bed.
Oh, it's impossible though. That was such a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I was encouraged. We're going to be talking to Mitch Levy from Mitch Unfiltered at about 7:15ish, and we'll find out what he thinks about it. But that was a game we had to win. I felt like it was a must win. It's like if we can't beat the Cardinals, because we really, we could have beat them in Arizona. So I felt like if we can't beat them, then what are we doing? Because we can't beat anybody in our own division, pretty much.
Were any of you thinking, of course, that the missed extra point attempt by Myers was going to be, I was like, this is going to be the reason why we don't win this game. As it was getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden that safety happened, and I'm like, what in the hell? Like, that never happens.
Yeah, a safety based on a penalty.
A hold, yeah.
Yeah, that's I didn't even know about that rule. I didn't know if you hold somebody in the end zone.
I don't think J.R. Sweezy did either.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, you know what? What are you going to do?
Did you see Bruce Irvin on Twitter? Because they are our former teammates. J.R. Sweezy used to be on the Seahawks,
exactly.
And they won the Super Bowl with him and with Bruce Irvin. And Irvin puts on Twitter because he's injured, so he's not playing with the Hawks. He goes, it ain't easy being Sweezy, or something along those lines. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think that if any time you do not want to do that would be in that vicinity, but I guess you know what? Guys do whatever they got to do. I mean, they just do whatever they got to do and hope they don't get seen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't complaining.
Go Hawks, baby.
I think at one point I even texted Danny just to tell him how the defense was giving me a stiffy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow, that's
that was my favorite text of the night because I was halfway watching the game because I was trying to cook dinner and then all of a sudden I get the text from Steven. I was like, same.
Yeah. We just started sharing eggplant emojis back and forth whenever defense should have a good play.
I'm Seahawks sexting everybody.
Yeah. Yes. See, again, I'm so happy that you're here, Danny, for that because I don't want those.
Oh, we'll send them to you if you want.
Even if he wasn't here, I'm not texting you, BJ. Good. It was him and my buddy J Mac. Those are the two people who I text during the game.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you have a relationship like that with those guys. You go ahead and send your boner pics to everybody.
I just sent a boner pic. It's just an eggplant.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That escalated.
I don't want to know what.
I'm like, hey, check this out between my pants.
Well, I don't want to know his arousal state based on how well the Seahawks are doing. You know what? I'm happy you're enjoying the game. I don't want to know just how happy you are and how much you're enjoying the game.
I enjoyed it.
I don't need it. Well, of course you do, Danny, because you're like Steve.
And I like plant with the green heart.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Green heart, that's cute.
Yeah, those I don't need those, Steve. Hey, I'm glad you don't send them to me. I appreciate that.
Action green,
green, that's for sure. And they're unbeaten wearing their action green jerseys.
You did say that yesterday, so you were right about that.
It's time for them to just wear them forever.
Yeah,
and I was surprised they didn't go full action green.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they get to make that decision.
The highlighter color when they're all just that same color.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it looks good with the green and the blue like that. Actually,
and undefeated at Lumen Field.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Lumen Field.
How about that?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons you could say, hey, good luck charms.
Yeah.
So why not give Lumen, you know what, I'm all for Lumen Field. Yesterday I was like, I don't know, but today, hey, we won first. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's a great name when the team's undefeated there.
Go Lumen Field.
Could you imagine Seahawk fans at that game? The way that game ended. Yet another game where I think that place would have just erupted.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you hear the crowd on TV, but then you remember, oh, yeah, there's nobody there.
And shout out to the 12th man, all the fans out there causing all those false starts on Arizona. That was they were loud.
Dude,
the fake crowd.
It was so funny. I got a text from a Cardinals fan, one of my good friends back from New Mexico, and he was like, dude, I'm so glad that they're like, screw your team because they have all that noise. And I was like, you're funny.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'm like, what is going on, guys?
They must have had the pipe. They probably had the sound piped into their head.
But the announcers made it a point to say what you're hearing on TV is not the same as what you hear on the field. And I thought that was more of like saying, hey, it's not that loud
exactly
on the field. So this is not excusable.
He must have the volume turned up too loud. That's what I think it was. Yeah. I agree. You're absolutely right. He was because I was joking. I don't know how the hell they were false starting so much with hardly any sound that really would affect it.
Everybody remember when BJ said we're going to lose yesterday? Way to go, Migs and Danny.
Hey, that's the good luck charm.
Yeah, negative BJ was a good luck charm.
I said I didn't feel good about the game. I didn't say we were exactly going to lose, but I didn't say we were going to win either. I said I didn't know what to. I wasn't confident like you two, and but I feel a lot better from what I saw. I thought that they did a good, and getting Hyde back. I just wasn't sure how effective Hyde would be. That was the other thing. When a guy comes back from being, you just don't know how effective he's going to be, but he had a good game, and that surely made a difference. I mean, I feel like it really sucks that Russell gets maligned for what he's done in the last few games because he hasn't had that. So everybody knows he has to throw. He knows he has to throw. Also, he knows that his team, the defense, was having struggles. So, I mean, I feel badly that the guy gets maligned when, well, really, he was our only chance. He literally was our only chance in those games because there was nothing else. No defense, no running game. So you could see just all he needed was Hyde back, and it was just allowed him to have some pressure taken off him.
I mean, I'm not saying this is why, but I have a feeling, I was feeling good because Rustin put out a podcast this week. And I was like, I bet he's really pissed. Because he put out a podcast after that Bills loss. And I'm sure that's nothing to do with it, but that almost makes me feel like, he's just goodbye any distractions, man. It's Russ at full focus.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. He's pissed.
So it's no more podcast, Russ.
Yeah, that's
canceled.
That's kind of unfortunately. That's the
I'm unsubscribing.
Do it in the off season. Don't do it don't do it while you're in season. You need to. I don't know. Go get extra training. Whatever you got to do. Eat another papaya.
If you do another one, I'm kicking Jeff Dye in the shin.
Oh, good job!
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Jeff. You know what's happening.
Well, he's the co-host.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What band would walk 500 miles and 500 more just to fall down at your door?
Sorry, I tried to put my face mask on over my eyes. I get this going on. The Proclaimers.
Yes. Nice work, buddy.
When
even distract. You still got it done.
I will walk 500 miles.
500 miles.
So be the
man who walked 1,000 miles and fall down at your door.
Thank you. You want a shot at beating Stevie? Got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When Holly retired from a prominent Miami law firm, she knew she wanted to focus on her grandkids, spending time outdoors with her husband, and not stressing about market volatility. She knew that stocks and bonds alone wouldn't get her there. That's why Holly chose Equity Multiple and joined the thousands of investors across the U.S. who are building elevated portfolios with real estate. Equity Multiple brings you access to rigorously vetted commercial real estate assets and passive income streams uncorrelated with public equities. You can get started with as little as $5,000 in just minutes and access diverse investments with potential for near-term yield and long-term upside. Since 2015, Equity Multiple has delivered a 17.4% net annualized return to investors. Visit equitymultiple.com/boost and earn an enhanced return on your first investment. Equity Multiple. Welcome to modern real estate investing. Past performance does not guarantee future results.